Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Keeneland Racecourse here on Saturday, April the 12th, 2014. It's Bluegrass Saturday, one of the major preps for the Kentucky Derby coming up in about 3 weeks' time. So let's get on to it. I'm going to handicap all the stake races on the card. It's an incredible card here. And to tell you the truth, it's the last, going to be the last Bluegrass stakes to be run over the poly track. So let's get on to the stakes action, starting off with race number 7, which is 28th running of the Commonwealth Stakes, Grade 3, first $175,000. For 4-year-olds and upwards, going 7 furlongs, field of 12 horses. An incredible race here, but I found a horse. It's one of this horse. I kept on going back to this race. Probably a very hard race to handicap here, and I'm going to go with the 12 horse here at 15 to 1. I know it might be insane if this horse loses, but you never know. Number 12, Carving at 15 to 1. Corey Lannery, Ian Hardy is training. Last time out, hasn't started since June the 23rd at Emerald Downs 1 mile in the Coca-Cola Handicap. Finished 8th by 21 3/4 lengths that day. He's 5 wide at the second turn, just weakened that day. Then Emerald Downs 6.5 in the Auburn Handicap for $50,000 on June the 2nd. Finished 3rd by 1 length that day, bumped at the start, duel between. It's a race I want to go back to. That was in the El Camino Real Derby from last year, February 16th, Golden Gate Fields, 1 mile and 8th on competitive surface. Came 4th by 6 3/4 lengths, steadied at the 8th pole. If he didn't really steady, he would have had a really good chance. And then at a Highwood Park in the Cash Golf Charity in 2012, he finished 6th that day. Was 13 to 1, 4 wide the second turn, just had no bid, but didn't win the prep for that race, what was the real quiet stake, won by half length. I really like this horse here. This horse is very surprising. Hasn't run against good horses, stakes company horses that are worth like graded stakes since March the 9th of 2013. Can handle the synthetic surface, 4 for 2 over it. At the distance, 1 for 1, but that was around 2 turns at Fairplex back in 2012. But I think this horse can handle it. 50 to 1, watch out for this horse. So yeah, going with this one. So recap my bets for race number 7 from Keeneland Racecourse. I'm going to go with the 12 horse here at 50 to 1. Now let's get on to race number 8 from Keeneland. What is the 18th running of the Shakertown Stakes, Grade 3, first $100,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards. 5 1/2 furlongs on the turf course. We do have a field of 13 horses going close. 5 1/2 furlongs. And I'm going to go with the 2-6 here. Number 2, Something Extra, 5 to 1, Jose Lascano. Last time out, they run on the Highlander Stakes, 6 furlongs off, turf on July 7th at Woodbine. Finished 7th by 9 1/4 lengths, 2 to 1 favorite. He did find out into deep stretch that day. Then a Woodbine in the Cawthorn Cup. I made 26, 7 furlongs on the EPTL turf course, 1 by 3 1/4 lengths. He was clear early and held driving that day. Then Keeneland 5 1/2 in the Shakertown Stakes on April the 13th. Came second by nose. Found room and just missed late that day. I want to know at Keeneland, but running this race last year, finished second. Do like this horse here. The race I want to go back to was the Gulfstream Park Turf Sprint from 2013. He finished second, got 103 buyer speed figure that day. So yeah, going with this one. I'm also going to go with the 6. Number 6. Havelock at 4 to 1, Julian Leperoux. 4 to 1 last time out. Run San Anita Park in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint on November the 2nd. Came 10th by 4 lengths that day. 20 to 1, off a bit slow and had no rally. Then Keeneland the Woodford Stakes on October the 5th. Won by 2 lengths. Closed in late that day and won. Then a race at Newmarket, England in the Darley July Cup. Came 11th by 19 lengths. Just wasn't his best race. Then ran at Royal Ascot. Finished 11 again. Wasn't his best race. Won this race last year by a nose. And I actually have 1-2 finishers from last year. Again, in my ticket here. Do like this horse here at Keeneland 5 and 4. His only loss on this turf course was in the Shakertown back in 2012. Finished 4th that day, 6 wide to quarter pole. Did not have a good trip that day. Let's go with this one. So count my bets for race number 8 from Keeneland Racecourse. Going with 2-6. And let's get on to race number 9 from Keeneland. The 9th race from Keeneland. What is the 13th running of Madison's Stakes? Grade 1, purse $300,000 for fillies, 4-year-olds and upwards, going 7 furlongs. We do have a field of 9 horses going 7 furlongs. And I'm going to go with the 4 horse here. Judy the Beauty at 8 to 5. John Velasquez last time out. North Sandy Park, 6 furlongs in the Las Flores Stakes on March 9th. Finished first by 4 3/4 lengths that day. It was clear ridden out that day. Finished the race in 1:08.1, so really quick time. Then San Diego, 7 furlongs in the British Cup Philly Mayor Sprint on November the 2nd. Came second by half length. We had a brush at the half-mile pole and 4 wide and just had a rebid that day. Then Keeneland last autumn in TCA Stakes won that day by a length, drew even 5 wide and cleared. Do like this horse here, got a 106 for the British Cup Philly Mayor Sprint and got a 104 buyer in the TCA Stakes. So do like this horse here, 3 for 3 at Keeneland, hopefully to make it for 4-4. So the cap my bet race number 9 from Keeneland Racecourse going with the 4. Let's get on to race number 10. It's the 26th edition of the Genuine Willie Stakes, Grade 1, purse $300,000 for Phillies, Mayors, 4 roads upwards. 1 mile and 16th on turf course. The rail will be set at 0 feet tomorrow. Field of 10, 1 mile 16th. And I'm going to go with the 2-3. Both Kitten's Joy sired horses. Number 2, Stephanie's Kitten at 5-2. John Velasquez, Chad Brown trains. Hasn't started since July the 22nd. Has a 27. Has a layoff for about God knows how many months, 9-10 months. Saratoga Mile 8th and Diana Stakes finished third by half length. 4 wide to second turn, just had good energy that day. Then in the Just a Game Stakes at Belmont, 1 mile on June the 8th, finished first by half length. He had clear rail and the quarter pole was on the inside game length. And then the Distaff Turf Mile at Churchill, 1 mile on May 4th. Came first by neck, swung 5-6 wide and was driving that day. This horse did win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Phillies Turf back in 2011, won by 3/4 length split foes with Quicken that day. At Keeneland, this horse has run already. That was back in Queen Elizabeth II Cup back in 2012. Finished 6 by 4 1/4 lengths in tight early and just bumped. If he has a good trip, watch out for this horse. Workout on the turf, Palm Meadows, 5-furlong workout on 1 minute and 4. So going with this one. Also going to go with the 3 Emotional Kitten at 10-1 Victor Espinosa. Wesley War trains last time out. They're on Sandy Park, 1 mile and 8th in the Santa Ana Stakes on March 16th. Came second by 1.5 lengths. He's 4 wide into the stretch and was very willingly that day. Then it's Churchill mile 16th in the Mystic Revere Stakes on November the 16th. Came in first by half lengths. He steadied at the route the 3/8 pole. Not his best race. And then the Queen Elizabeth Cup at Keeneland last autumn. Came second by 3 lengths. 3 wide and just was too late that day. Do you like this horse here a lot? Going with this one. Won the Hilltop Stakes early back in 2013 at Pimlico, a race that stands out. And did win a race over this turf course last spring. So going with this one. So count my bets race from 10 from Keeneland. Going with the 2-3. Let's get on to race number 11, which is the feature race on the program. It is the 90th edition of the Toyota Bluegrass, Grade 1, purse $750,000 for 3-year-olds going a mile and 8 on the poly track. 15 horses. The 15 isn't also eligible. Probably won't start. 1 mile and an 8th. And I'm going to go with the 4-8-13. Number 4, Harry's Holiday out of Harlan's Holiday, who won this race, I believe, in 2002, 2003, I think 2002 actually. 10-1 here, Rosie Napravnik. Last time out, they're on Turfway Park in Spiral Stakes, mile and 8 on March 22nd. Came second by nose that day. He prolonged the drive and just denied that day. Then in the Battaglia Memorial Stakes at Turfway, mile 16th on March the 1st. Came third by 9 3/4 lengths. He's 5 wide and just tired that day. And then in the 96 Rock Stakes at 6.5 at Turfway on February the 1st. 1 by 8 lengths. He's on the inside with driving. Mike Maker trains this horse here. Watch out for this horse. It's a really interesting horse here. This race was a very hard race to handicap. I'm also going to go with the 8 horse here. Number 8, Dance with Fate. 12-1, Corey Nakatani. Last time out, during the El Camino Real Derby back on February the 15th at Golden Gate Fields, 1 mile and 8 on Tapeta All-Weather Service. Came second by half length. He had a bid 4 wide and was just caught late that day. If he didn't go 4 wide, I think this horse would have won easily. Then in an optional claimer, San Diego, 1 mile on the turf on January 24th. Came in first by 2 3/4 lengths. He was off a bit slow, just rallied that day. Really impressive race. That wasn't on turf, but this horse doesn't do well on synthetics also. I want to go back to a race from Del Mar. In Del Mar Futurity, September the 4th, 7 furlongs at Del Mar. Finished second by half length. This horse should have won that day. Had a very, very, very bad trip. He was bumped at the start and just boxed in at the 3/8 pole. Came up at the end. but didn't break his mane over the poly track at Del Mar. So going with this one, I'm also going to go with 13 horse. Number 13, medal count to 9-2, Robbie Alvarado. Ran last week at Keeneland Mile 16th off the turf in the Transylvania Stakes. Won by 1 1/4 lengths. He slipped through and cleared that thing. Then at Gulfstream Mile 16th on Fountain of Youth on February 22nd, came 5th by 9 1/4 lengths, threw wide and just gave away. And then Gulfstream Park 7.5 furlongs, January 12th, an optional claim, won by half length. He closed fast and was just up there. Biggest question with this horse is he had 8 days off. With the 8 days off, can this horse recover in time for this race? I know he wanted to go for this race, but didn't have enough earnings, so ran last week, has come back this week. Biggest question, if he can come back today and win, it would be good. I have him on my ticket. I'm going to have 8 as my top pick, so recap my best race number 11 for Keeneland, the Toyota Bluegrass. I'm going to go with a 4, 8, 13. The 8's going to be my top selection, so good luck to all.